Hey, it's me, your boy Blue Getziga, and today I'll be talking about the new Myutant cards, or actually, I'm not sure how you pronounce this. I'm not sure if you still pronounce it as Mutant or Myutant. Mutants are the newest TCG exclusives coming out in Phantom Rage, and they were released, not released, but revealed today. And I'm going to talk about this card after I'm done talking about the monsters. First, I mean, technically not first, but you know what I mean. First, we have Mutant M05. Also, an easy way to remember this card's effect, and the next one is the letter. Because this card deals with monsters, which is why you have the M, and the next one deals with spells and traps, which is why it has ST. And it's not, and I didn't know this because I read. Wait, where did? Oh yeah, because I read this. Definitely not. Absolutely not. Anyways, if this card is normal or special summoned, you can add one mutant monster from your deck to your hand, except Mutant M05. You can tribute this card, then banish one card from your hand or face up field, special summon one monster from your hand or deck based on the banished card. If you banish a monster, you can summon Mutant Beast. If you banish a spell, you can summon Mutant Mist. And if you banish a trap, you can summon Mutant Arsenal. Also, the sucky thing about this archetype so far is it seems incredibly susceptible to Ash. Because you have to tribute this card and banish a card just to summon from hand or deck. And since it specifies deck, your opponent can actually Ash it. Yeah, it kind of sucks that Called by the Grave is at 1 now. Next is Mutant ST46. And if this card is normal or special, if this card is normal or special summoned, you can add one mutant spell / trap from your deck to your hand. You can tribute this card, then banish one card from your hand or face up field, special summon one monster. Basically, it has the same secondary effect like the other one. Wait, are these hard? Oh, these aren't. The adding isn't a hard once per turn. That's odd. I did not know that. Anyways, next we have Mutant GB88. During your opponent's main phase, if a mutant evolution lab is in your field zone, quick effect, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card is special summoned during your opponent's turn, you can tribute this card, then banish one card from your hand, face up field, special summon one of your level 8 mutant monsters that is banished or in your graveyard. Which is nice, especially if you banish your mutant beast, mist, or arsenal. You can actually summon it off of this card's effect, and it doesn't require you to banish a specific type of card. Not first. Next off, we have Mutant Beast, and I'm not sure why I'm unable to scroll. Yeah, that's fun. Anyways, and I can't scroll again. That's very annoying. Anyways, we have Mutant Beast. Cannot be special summoned except with the effect of a mutant card. Your opponent cannot target this card with monster effects. You can only use each of the following effects of Mutant Beast once per turn. When your opponent activates a spell, card, or effect, quick effect, you can banish one card from your hand or field, negate the activation, and if you do, banish that card. If this card in its owner's possession is destroyed by an opponent's card, you can target one of your banished mutant traps added to your hand. I mean, this is really good since you can basically circumvent the costs from your other two monsters. I guess three monsters. Yeah, I guess your three lower level monsters. If this card is destroyed by your opponent's card, that is. Next, we have Mutant Mist, and it's a spellcaster. Not sure why, but it is. Cannot be special summoned except with the effect of a mutant card. Your opponent cannot target this card with spell effects. You can only use the following effects of Mutant once per turn, Mutant Mist once per turn. When your opponent activates a trap card or effect, you can banish one card from your hand or field. Draw two cards. This doesn't really negate traps, which makes it slightly worse. But it allows you to draw two cards, so that's pretty cool. If this card in its owner's possession is destroyed by an opponent's card, you can target one of your banished mutant monsters added to your hand. And next and lastly, at least for the main deck mutants, we have Mutant Arsenal, and it's a machine type. Of course, it has the standard cannot be special summoned except with the effect of a mutant card. Also, it says your opponent cannot target this card with trap effects. You can only use the following effects of Mutant Arsenal once per turn. When your opponent activates a monster effect, quick effect, you can banish one card from your hand or field, then target one monster on the field, banish it. So if your opponent tries to ash you or something, you can just banish. You can just banish any monster they control. So that's pretty cool, and it doesn't negate, but it punishes you for trying to use monster effects. If this card in its owner's possession is destroyed by an opponent's card, you can target one of your banished mutant spells added to your hand. The main deck monsters aren't that amazing because they kind of just feel like discount Cosmo, since they aren't protected from all forms of targeting, but I see what they were going for. Next, we have one of their fusion monsters, Mutant Synthesis. And this card is actually a psychic, just like the other main deck monsters that aren't high leveled. If this card is fusion summoned, you can target one card on the field, destroy it. When your opponent activates a card or quick effect, you can activate this card for the rest of the turn. This face-up card is unaffected by the effect of an opponent's card of the same type, monster, spell, or trap, as that card. If this fusion summoned card you control is destroyed by an opponent's card, you can add one of your banished mutant cards to your hand. You can only use each effect of mutant synthesis once per turn. This card is actually like the three main deck boss monsters, but better, since it isn't restricted to what you can add back, plus it can make itself unaffected by almost anything. Also, if this card is fusion summoned, you get to pop a card, and that's really important when we get to our trap card. Next, we have Myutant Ultimus, and it's another psychic type and requires 3 level 8 or higher mutant monsters, so it kind of makes it so you have to play the level 8s. Excuse me. When a card or effect is activated, quick effect, you can banish one mutant card from your hand or face-up field of the same type, monster, spell, or trap. Negate the activation. If you do, banish that card. So it's a Omni negate that banishes. If this fusion summoned card you control is destroyed by an opponent's card, you can add up to 3 of your banished mutant cards up to one each monster spell and trap to your hand. You can use each effect of Mutant Ultimus once per turn. And we have Mutant Evolution Lab, which is a field spell. When this card is activated, you can special summon one level 4 or lower mutant monster from your hand or that is banished. Excuse me. And then this second effect, mutant monsters you control gain 100 attack for each of your banished mutant cards with different names. Which is it's a small boost, but it's okay, I guess. It's fine being there. And once per turn during your opponent's main phase, you can place one mutant monster from your hand on the bottom of the deck, and if you do, draw one card. And it reminds me of that one spellbook field spell, but I forgot what it was called. Next, we have Mutant Fusion. You fusion summon one mutant fusion monster from your extract by banishing fusion material listed on it from your hand or field. If your opponent has activated a card or effect this turn, you can use up to one monster each from your deck or and graveyard as fusion material. you can you can only activate one mutant fusion per turn. And next, we have Mutant Blast. It's an equip card. Equip only to a level 8 or higher mutant monster you control. At the start of the damage step, if the equipped monster attacks an opponent's special summoned monster, you can banish that opponent's monster. While this card is equipped to a monster, you can banish this card and send the monster this card was equipped to the graveyard, and if you do, special summon one level 8 mutant monster with a different original attribute from your hand or deck. Yeah, this archetype is alright. It's not the best, not even close, but it's pretty decent. I wish this didn't really specify that it had to be level 4 or lower. Considering how much of a pain it is to actually summon these three, but you kind of need to run these cards for your fusion plays. So far with this archetype, I'm not exactly impressed, but I do like the artwork. Oh yeah, also I forgot to mention the trap card, which is Mutant Cry, and apparently the boss monster is crying. Wait, where does this? Oh yeah, it says it's weeping. During the main phase, fusion summon one fusion monster from your extract by shuffling the fusion material listed on it into the deck from among cards on the field in your graveyard and or face-up banished cards. So you can use this to summon Synthesis during your opponent's main phase and then pop a card they control. So it's a decent card. I can see it being really useful if they got more fusion monsters. But so far, this deck's alright. I hope that this deck doesn't get the Plunder Patrol or Dream Mirror treatment, that being that Konami just seems to forget about them all of a sudden. Yeah, I hope this deck gets more support. Hopefully, it gets flushed out a little bit. Anyways, I can be wrong, and this deck could be plenty good as is. But tell me what you guys think about the new mutant cards. It is me, your boy Blue Getska, and I need to drink some water.